Okay, as I said previously, making a website is not just making a website. It needs other stuff before making an actual website. And I, in the previous video, I also talk about that. So let's skip a little bit about that and jump into the things that to do before making an actual website. Let me recap a little. So we need to research the first thing before making a website. Then we need to analyze it and how is the UI, and we have to define what kinds of design methodology we are going to use in the website. Okay, after defining them, and we have to draw the sitemap. How many pages are there, and what is the first page and the second page, and how they are linked together. And as for me, in my case, I am now making my own portfolio website, so it is not a paid case, and I'm just showing you that my portfolio website is already done. I'm just showing the process of making a website before actually making a website with WordPress. Okay, so after making a sitemap, we have to write the content first. Some people call this website closing, and that is the content. And so okay, after making a content, we have to make a wireframe design. After the wireframe design, we have to make low fidelity prototyping. Some people made high fidelity prototyping idea, which is UX experience, and the high fidelity prototype includes some kinds of interaction, so it is more complicated and take more times, but it's good to do and it has own advantages. Okay, and then start making a website, actual website. Okay, so the first thing is I have to open my document, the thing that I have. Then okay, I'm now opening Affinity Designer, and some people might know it. It is like an Adobe Illustration, and I think it is a good software. Okay, so sorry for delay. And okay, 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 okay. Before showing all of the things, today I'm just showing you the the content. Just I mean just the content step, not the wireframes and the low fidelity prototyping and how to draw them. So I will tell about the few step, and in the next week I will tell more about the wireframe design, the low fidelity design, and the high fidelity design, as well as and the software they used to draw the prototyping. And I used Affinity Designer, but some people use Figma, and some people might use Adobe XD. I think Adobe XD and Figma are specifically for prototyping the web design, which is Affinity Designer is not specifically for web design. But I don't like Figma because it is a web based, and I have some few internet connection sometimes, so it is not a good choice for me. And Adobe XD is a little takes power. My machine is RAM 4, and Adobe XD needs a little more power. So, sometimes it is lag. It's not a good best choice for me. So in my case, I use Affinity Designer for wireframe designs and prototyping, and but I will discuss it later in the next video in the next week. Okay. The first thing, research, and for those who want to know the steps and the overall the things to do before making a website, highly recommend you to check my previous videos. My previous video is a little, my words are a little dizzy at the time, but I recommend to check that. Okay, research. The first thing is research. What do I have to research? We have to research about the similar website. The similar website. I mean, in my case, I am now making a portfolio website, so I'm looking for the similar portfolio website. And these portfolio website may be the business portfolio websites, and maybe personal website, like a name, and like a person website. But I choose two similar website, which is blind and library.elementor.com design portfolio. I think this is a demo website, but I love that, so I choose it as a research as my inspire website. Okay, so this is just a fun part. I just do it so for fun, and which it is not necessary. Okay. The other fact is that in documenting, you can also do it with Microsoft Word or Apple Page. But I love Affinity Designer, and I like to do some fun thing like this one and this one and this crazy stuff. I don't know why I did it, but I love it, so I did it. That's why I choose this software. For those who are not familiar with graphic design software, Adobe Illustrations or Affinity Designer or something like that, you can use it like a normal documenting software like Microsoft Word and Apple Page. It's okay, and it is good to use because it is just documenting stuff, not designing stuff, and how the design will be talk about in the next video. Okay, so I choose two similar websites. What is blind and a template website. Okay, so for the case one means the blind website. The blind website, I saw something. I just what kinds of section are they included? What kinds of things are they included? I didn't take all of the things they are included. Their main three things. Okay, I choose. That is the first one is the color. What is their primary color? What is their primary color? Their primary color is black, white, and the red. Okay, how do I know that? We have to go to the Chrome and the actual website. Okay, and it's just an extension. Okay. Okay, so I will go to the blind. I have to type with one hand because my the other hand is just carrying my microphone. Yeah, I might need a stand. Okay, this is the blind website that I inspire as the first one, and this is the case one. Okay, in this website, how do I know what colors are they used? Okay, I use a Chrome. I don't know about Mozilla Firefox or Safari. I primarily use Safari, but in this case, I need to use Chrome because there's the extension for that. Okay, in the extension session, you need to download Colorzilla. That can tell what color that a website is using. Okay, so if I'm click here, and you can see what kinds of color are they using. Okay, at the tops of the bar, which is with RGB, and this is the color code. And okay, and this is the black color 00, and this is a gray, a little grayish color. The 25525, that is a code FFS is it's just a white, pure white color. Okay, and there's a little red color here, reddish color like this one. Sometimes it become red, but with mainly with black, white, and red. So that is the way how I know the color. Okay, I collected them, and I copied the color code and paste it with this color palette. That is the color palette that they used. That might be a little different with the actual one, but that is the nearest case that I can use, that I can know what kinds of color are they using, because this is not an okay. Okay, I will uncrypt that. Sorry, I know I didn't do encrypt. I just lock it. Okay. When you look at that's a red, but that is not a pure red. That is here. This is called hue wheel. And if you are from graphic uh, designer, or if you have any knowledge of the background, you might know what I am talking about. Um, okay, you can tell that they're using red. Okay, they're actually using red, but there are lots of types of red, even in red. So that is what I mean. Okay, they are not using the pure red. This is the pure red, but they are not using it. They're using a little slightly different red. So I like to know. I like to know the exact, the closest. that's the closest one. What kinds of color are they using? So I use that extension and I copy the color code and paste it here. So this is why I use this software. Is another reason. Okay, this is the section. This is the color section. Okay, I study three things: the color and the typography. This is the typography section, and what kinds of section are they included? So they included at the beginning. They included a feature slider at the beginning. You can see the huge one. This is a feature project. They are outstanding highlighted projects that they have done. Okay, I think. Did it change something? Okay, it is a little different than I have seen. Oh, sorry, that the background. The background is the picture that they have done for this one Xbox and something like that. This is the feature session. Okay, so at the beginning, there's a feature slider, but that is not redirect to the project. But there's the showcase that they highlight the project, or maybe the previous one, maybe the latest recent project. Okay, this is the first section, and that is the about us section. About us section mean what are they? They are the design consultant, brand strategy design consultants, which is amazing. And they have the YouTube channel called The Future and education website. I have learned something from them, especially from YouTube. They give lots of value, and I love that. Okay, okay, you can check the YouTube channel The Future in YouTube. Okay, and there's the about the session and the design process. How do they do the design? So they make there's a strategist in their company or in their teams, and there's the designer and there's the unicorn. That is the way how they combine to make a design. That is their ways of process and their philosophy. Okay, I will not back and forth to the website. You can check their website by your own, and I will just explain a little faster because I think it's a little longer than I thought. Okay, there's the philosophy section and their previous project and their clients, the blog session, the event, and the action button. The form action button means that if you click that, okay, ready to talk. If you click that, there's the contact form, so you can contact them. That is the form action button. Okay, these are the sections that are included in their website, especially in the homepage, and I didn't check another because I just want to know what are they included in the homepage. Because I am using, in my case, I'm using the portfolio website, so it's a little bit different for others doing website. If you're doing an e-commerce website, you might need to check furthermore than a homepage. But in my case, the homepage is the important one. I personally think that. So I just only check that one and analyze it. And this is the thing that I found that they are included in their websites. Okay, this is typography. They are using the Calibra, and normally they are using the style normal. Weight is 300, 400, 600. The font is a little much than I thought, and the line height. Okay, so there might be a little different, different depends on the computer size. So okay, how do I check the typography? So there's also an extension for that. Okay, go to the homepage and extension. What font? This is the font that I know. There. Okay, you can see the Calibra. If I click there, Calibra 300. 300 is the weight. Calibra sans serif. The two types. There actually there are five kinds of this, font, but mainly they are serif and sans serif. They're the main one, in my opinion. But there are other treatments. Okay, for website, mainly they are using the serif and sans serif. The serif one, the sans serif is the modern font. If you want to be making modern kinds of things, I highly recommend you to choose the sans serif fonts. And if you want an elegance and some kinds of just elegant things, just elegant font, I recommend to use serif font. Serif font is the Time New Romance and Times. These are the kinds of serif fonts. Okay, they mainly use about Calibre. You can check that. They just use the only fonts for their websites and their colors, the font colors, line height, size. That's a very good extension. That's why I use Chrome, and I just want to use this extension because I don't have this extension in Safari. If you know some kinds of similar extension for Safari, let me know in the comment. I have I personally like to know that because I primarily use Safari for my day-to-day usage. Okay, this is the case one, and this is the things that I have analyzed for my website, and you can do it by yourself to make your website, and you should analyze to the similar websites because it is important. If you don't, you can if you don't know what others people are doing, what others people in the similar fields just like you are doing, well, you might think you're the first one to do that. Make sense? Because you don't know that what other people are doing, because so you think, oh, okay, this is my first idea. But actually, they're first people. They'll always be the first people that have done something first. So, okay, back to the case study. The second case is the library.elementor.com design portfolio. This is the, like I said before, it's a template site, but I love it. So in that portfolio website, it's used lots of different colors. I don't want to show that back and forth again because you've already know how to check that and how did I check. So okay, this is the color template. Okay, it's a little too much, I think, but yeah, if you're good with using lots of design, you can, but I didn't recommend it. I mostly like to recommend the minimalist design, especially less font, less color palettes. That is much more appropriate for the beginner, and the design is good enough. In compared to the other websites, you don't need to use lots of font types and lots of colors to be outstanding website. You just need how many websites, how many colors, and that is the important one. Okay, they use lots of colors surprisingly, but their website is harmony, so it's good looking. Okay, the sessions are they have the main name session and the job titles. I think that for example, my name is Aided, and they just show the name like hi, I'm Aided, and I am a web designer and web developer, just like that. This is their first session. Okay, and their about me session, in a brief, a little learn more link, I mean learn more button. You might already see that. If you want to check that out, I recommend you to go to the website and check that. Okay, about me section, and their my work and showcase, actually my previous project, there. Okay, that way, and the skill and the blog section. Okay, the section is less than the first one and more appropriate for the personal website, I guess, in my opinion. Okay, they use the font, which is Playfair Display and Montserrat. And both of them you can download it from Google Fonts. These are all free, and they use normally the style is normal. Weight are here. You can check that with what font extension in Chrome and font size and line weight. Okay, line height. Sorry, this is just a fun part that I did. Okay, the target user. Who is this? Who is your website targeted for? Not the similar website, not the other person website, because you don't know what others people targeted, what others people website targeted for. But you have to know what is your target user. Who do you want to give your website? What is your target user? Okay, what is this website for? This website mean my portfolio website. Okay, the first one is SME who need website, small medium enterprise, and the enterprise or the corporation changing into this digital transformation. I think that might be less in this age because of the COVID. Most of the old business have already changed the digital transformation, have already changed into online process with selling and giving services from online. But because if a business doesn't have an online in this age, especially because of the COVID, um, they can become a bankrupt. So they have already changed into digitally. So I think that might be a little less white right now. Okay, but I have added that. So the my goal is SME, okay, and the enterprise specifically for the old enterprise who want to transform into digitally, who want to sell their business online, who want to sell their product or service or give it online. Okay, you got that. And the third one is the employer who look about me, and that is my personal case. And for normally, I don't target it like that because I don't want to work in another business. I don't like it. But there's a personal some conditions, so I, I have to target that. This is one of the target user for my website employer who want to look about me, who want to check out who is that, what is his skill, what is his previous thing that I've done, and etc. Okay, this is my target user. Okay, so you should and you must make a target user, especially document it. Just write it. I think three is enough. One maybe okay, one maybe okay. Two or three is the best. So be specific. That's the best, and don't make too many target user. That is not good for you. Okay, I will explain that in another separate videos. Okay, this is the fun part that I have done. That's why I use this affiliate designer. Okay, the design principles. So what kinds of design principle I will use for this website? So I will use the normal 6 design principle. Okay, I personally know 3 design principle. They are Don Normal, Nelson, and Golden Schneider. So these are the design principles that I use and that I know to make a web design. So why is this design principle important? Of course, to make a guideline to get great designs, especially is they are just a border. Not if you exceed that, if you cross the border, your website may look something wrong. I didn't say if you against some of the design principle, some sort of facts of the design principle, you will get a bad design. I didn't say you will get a bad design, but there might be a little weird. Weird may be a good thing, but it may be a bad thing. So it depends on how you made the design. So it is just a border to make to get a good design. If you're within the design principle, if you're within the border of the design principle, you are more likely to get a normal or a good web designs. But if you're out of the box, out of the principle, you might get something weird one. So okay, that depends on your case. For my case, I used the design principle. Oh, and these are 6 facts, and you can see it. I don't want to talk about it because I'm not lecturing. So, okay, these are the you can. I highly recommend you to look furthermore about this principle that I used on normal, and you can also check that out about Nelson and Golden Schneider. These are the good design principle either, and there is another interesting design principle that is the design principle from Steve Jobs. I found it, but that is not Steve Jobs written. That is, these design principles are not written by Steve Jobs. I am I like Steve Jobs. His designs are legit and his philosophy is amazing, especially about design, not his personal life. Okay, whatever. And in the you can check about the Steve Jobs design principle. I think someone written it, but I love it. I love it, but I don't use it because that is not personally written by Steve Jobs. Okay, these are the 6 principles from Don Normal and the use design. The use design mean what kinds of section I will be included in my website. So this is the color palette that I will be using. The black one that is not entirely black. Okay, the white one not entirely blue. Sorry, that is a little white, a little. Okay, that is not entirely white. Okay, it's something different. The entirely white hex code is 6F. I mean FFFF. There's F6F in entirely white, and the ball maybe here. Okay, this is the one I am saying. And Ctrl C, and this is the yellow, not entirely yellow. I don't like an entirely yellow one. And this is the green one. Fun fact, this is a rare yellow. You can check that color code. Okay, in website that is a rare yellow. I don't know why it is called rare yellow, but I didn't see any history of this color. So okay, that is a nice yellow color. Okay, and this is the section that I want to include. I don't want to show about me as the first priority when someone came to my website. I want to meant about them. I want to tell some kinds of information and some kinds of value to the customer, I mean visitor. So I don't like to tell first. Okay, if you come to my website, that's the first thing you will see is, hi, my name is Untitled, I'm a web designer and a web developer. No, I don't want to be like that. Yes, that is important, especially for the employer, one of the target user I have chosen, but I don't want to be like that. So I will give some information, some knowledge or value to the visitor. Okay, that's the first section. I didn't know what kinds of value I will be given, but okay, this is just a gist. This is just a sketch. So okay, do you want something like that? And about me section. Okay, that is about me, and especially brief one, not a long one. And my business process and my strategy to make a website for the client, for the freelancer, and employer maybe see, okay, he knows about some sort of process. He have the strategy to make a website, not just making, okay, if someone hire you as a freelancer, okay, you need to do it, this website, just do it. Doesn't think about nothing, doesn't think about the current website. Okay, no, that is not a good idea. Okay, you need to have the process, you need to have a strategy to make a website. Actually, in whatever case, if you are a designer or logo designer, you also need to have a strategy. Okay, how do I make this website? Logo, because a logo is not just about the logo, it's more than that. It's because if you give a client if you give logo to your client, the logo may last at least 5 to 10 years, maybe more than that, because it is not a good idea to change the logo rapidly over a year again and again. That's not a good idea. So you need to make sure that your given product, your given service is the best one and the best quality and will be long lasting as possible as it is. Okay, that's why you need to have a strategy and a process before making the actual product and the service. Okay, and my philosophy, and this is the mainly for employer or maybe the freelancer. I mean maybe someone who want to hire me. Okay, my philosophy, just a sketch one, just a short one, and my previous project, just show the three previous project, because a lots of project in the home section is not the best choice. I think, in my opinion, yeah, I don't like that. But show just three of your hit previous project and with a learn more button, so that they can learn more about your project and the previous designs or the websites or the something like that. Okay, and the action form, that is important, especially like content form. Okay, so this is the fun part that I made. It is more like a magnet. Okay, this is I was testing because the green color is not matched with the color black that I use. Not 100% black either. It is not. If I use green background and the typography black, the design is not good. And if I use this yellow and the white typography, the design is not good either. So this is just testing which background is matched with which typography color. So okay, this is just adjusting, and this is the fun part that I made by documenting this. Okay, I like to make fun, especially like this one. I don't know what this is, but it's good looking. Okay, and clean either. So okay, this is the typography Falcon. This one is from Google Font. You can download it either, and the Montserrat. Okay, and the size is this one. Weight is this one, and the font size I didn't think about it yet. And the line height. Okay, this is also a fun part either. Okay, so this is the research section, and after a research you need to make a mind map. For mind map, so the mind map is just the page. What kind of page will you be in your website? And okay, I think I made some kinds of weird things to this software. Okay, sorry if I make this. Okay, just let it be. And so, what kinds of page? What type? What? How many page will you be in your website? So, in my case, I am just a portfolio website. So, I just needed homepage, portfolio, my previous project page, and about page, and my content page. So, this is just my case. If you are an e-commerce website, you might be there might be include more than this and more pages. And if you're complex, there will be more mind map in when you try it. Okay, this is the copywriting, and I will show you with it including with my wireframe and the loop fidelity in the next week in the next video, because I think this one is long enough for you to watch, and it might make you you know boring. So I don't want to make you bored anymore. So I will tell you about my copywriting, what I will be included in my website in the next week, and how to draw the wireframe designs and the low fidelity, and what is the main difference between the low fidelity and the high fidelity, and in what case will you need high fidelity, but in which case that you won't need a high fidelity one. So see you next week. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe in my channel, and please help me by clicking the like button so more people can know this kinds of content um, across the world. Okay, thank you. Bye bye, and see you next week.